did I mention that the famous Josh Shackles, he's not only like Missouri famous, he's like national famous.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. And if you don't know him, then you need to get to know him. That's all I'm saying. But
Thanks.
yeah, you're a good guy. You really are.
I appreciate you saying
I don't
that.
know if people
I
tell
try
you
to
that
be.
enough,
I
but
try to be.
well, you're not trying, you're doing.
I think doing is the key.
You know
It's
what?
easy to talk the talk, but to live the
Yes.
life and walk the
Yes.
walk, that's the real challenge.
You know what? And I think that's why our last episode we talked about Thanksgiving do's and don'ts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why a lot of people procrastinate about doing things is because someone has made them feel less than or not valued enough, or they rely too much on somebody else's perception of them.
And the secret is that none of us start out in a place that we can make a difference.
Yes.
It is something you just have to kind of jump in
Mm-hmm.
and figure out where you belong.
Figure
And
out where
one
you
thing
belong.
will lead to the next, will lead to the next, will lead to the next.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, you find yourself in your space doing what your purpose is.
Doing what your purpose is, which brings us to Colbert Kean Conversations today. And we're going to talk about your purpose and being creative
And being creative
and doing.
and doing all the things.
Let's talk. Welcome to Colbert Kean Conversations, where real stories spark real change. I'm Melody Colbert Kean, and each week we'll have a conversation about the moments that shape us. We'll discuss leadership, community, and the courage it takes to advocate not only for yourself, but for others. These are conversations meant to inspire action, ignite hope, and remind us of the power of our voices. Colbert Kean Conversations is intimate, empowering, and made for everyday people navigating real life. Click subscribe, join the conversation, and let's step into your boldest, most authentic self. Colbert Kean Conversations. Let's talk. Pause, and then it'll come in. Okay, so we're talking about being creative and doing things.
Absolutely.
So one would probably ask, how do I do that? What are the steps? Is it like a 1 through 5 steps, or how do I make that happen? How do I make my dream become a reality?
Boy, that's a big question.
I think it is, and a lot of people get stuck on that.
Sure. I mean, that's something that'd be really easy to be stuck on.
Mm-hmm.
And the secret is doing something.
Tell them the secret again.
The secret is doing something.
Doing something. And we can just shorten that to doing. Doing.
Doing.
A lot of times I feel that we get stuck in the doing. We get stuck and not are able to do because we're so busy being in our head and thinking instead of doing.
Absolutely. When I start my creative
Mm-hmm.
process, you know, I maybe have like this much of an idea,
Mm-hmm.
and it really needs to be this much of an idea, but you got to start with something,
You gotta
and it
start.
will grow
Yeah.
into something more than that.
And I think that is where people lose their momentum or lose their ability to move forward. It's kind of like my book Frozen, 5 Steps to Let It Go. That's a shameless plug in there, but
It's a great book.
it's good.
If you guys haven't read it,
Shameless plug,
it, it,
shameless
it
plug.
will change your life.
But it's we have these ideas and we have these thoughts and things, but we don't take the action on them. And why is that?
I think that for a lot of people, I think
Mm-hmm.
most people have some idea of something they would like to do that is
Okay.
creative.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
For example, your book, you had the idea that, hey, I wanted to write a book for a long time before you actually did it. And
Yeah.
same in my case. I had been
Yeah.
working on pieces of story ideas for years
Mm-hmm.
without pushing it forward.
Yeah, it's like we have these ideas, they're downloaded into us by God, and we just sit on them because we get in our head about all the things. I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. Just all the things.
All the things, there's so many roadblocks, and part of it is just finding the time
Mm.
in your schedule, setting that aside to be creative.
And that's a thing too, finding time. We're never going to find the time. We have to make the time.
We have to make
Because
the
if
time.
we wait around to find the time, nothing is ever going to get done.
Before I finished
Mm-hmm.
my first book,
Mm-hmm.
I had worked on that book for off and on for about 2 years.
Okay.
I'd write a little bit, and then I'd go back and edit, and I would erase half of it and decide that wasn't any good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'd put it away for 3 months and then realize what I had originally written was
Yeah.
actually what I wanted, and have to rewrite it again because I didn't save that first draft.
That perfectionism just kind of crept in there like, ooh, you're not ready to put this out there yet.
But what happened to me is
Mm-hmm.
I was in an accident
Well,
that really made me realize how important the time is that we have here on Earth.
My gosh.
And I decided I'm going to do this. I'm going to make sure that even if it's not perfect, even if
That
it's not
part.
the best version, I'm going to do it. And then,
Yeah.
of course, the perfectionist in me, once I got it all
Yeah.
the way to the end of the story, went back and edited and
Mm-hmm.
edited a couple of times until finally I've got something that I'm happy to share with
I
people.
love that. I love that. It's time for Mel's Minute, where one powerful thought can spark a whole new way of winning your day. A lot of times we get caught up in that first version or something, whether it's a book or whatever it is somebody is doing, because once we do it and then it's in our head, well, what will people think? Well, what will, and we're creating a battle in our minds because none of that has happened. It's all just playing out in our mind.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
I mean, there's so many things that can
Yeah.
block you from being creative. But
Yeah.
really, the secret is you just have to do it.
You have to do it. Doing. Just like Nike said, just do it.
Just do it.
Nike, you can feel free to endorse us if you would like, but just saying, just do it. We're going to throw it out there.
So,
throw it out there.
if there's someone out there that's been
Yeah.
thinking about, hey, I want to be a writer, I
Yeah.
want to be a musician, I want to paint a really great set of pictures.
Right.
I would encourage you to just set aside some time and sit down and do the work.
Yes. And before you can do the work, you have to establish why you want to do the work. Why do you want to put this out? Or what is your why? Give some insight on how people can help find out what their why is.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
it was that I had these stories that, I felt like were interesting.
Okay.
And my why is that I just had always wanted to feel like I was an author, that I
love that.
I had done that I had completed
Yes.
a project.
It's something about pushing that button.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have some footage of that too.
That moment when you upload that final draft,
Yeah.
or you see it on the website for sale, or you can say to someone, I wrote my first book.
I wrote my first book. And can it be better? Absolutely. Can it be this, and this? Absolutely. But you did it, and you have something that you can say, I did. And that's fuel for your next I did.
Right. So, my first book,
Mm-hmm.
could it be better? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine too.
it could. But in that process, I established what it looks like to create that.
To create.
How do I establish the outline for what that story looks
Yeah.
like? And in creative writing, having a good outline is a key thing.
Yes.
in my first book, I just kind of sat down and wrote
Yeah.
until I got to the end. And at the beginning of the story, I didn't know where it was going.
Mm-hmm.
So in my second book, I had that outline,
Okay.
and it was easier to break it down and say, okay, in this one, I'm writing chapter 1, and I have to get from point A to point
Point
B.
A to point B. In
And
all things, whether you're writing or whatever it is, point A to point B.
point A to point B.
And how are you going to get there? After you establish your why, then you figure out how you're going to get there. And how do you do that? By doing.
By doing.
By doing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in the order that you think it should be in, but put something down. Put something, and I'm just not talking about a book. I'm talking about anything that people want to do. If you want to be a band player, a drum player or whatever, well, you got to hit them sticks to, establish a beat.
Right. So, we've had a little experience
Yeah.
making music as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Yes.
We are excited for that coming for you guys.
Can't wait.
Oh,
We're
my
gonna- we're gonna
gosh.
share some really cool
Yes.
stuff with you guys soon.
Yes.
But we've been making some music.
That gave me
and,
goosebumps.
in that process,
Yeah.
there is an outline just the same.
Yes.
You have to have an idea,
An
whether
idea.
that is the riff that
Yeah.
sets the song, or the beat that sets the song, or maybe it's the lyrics that set the song.
Yes.
And once you figure out that first piece,
Yeah.
you can establish the other pieces,
Yeah.
and having all the different parts
Yeah. I
comes
mean,
together.
yeah.
And maybe there's a lot of editing. Maybe
there is a
that
lot.
initial piece that you recorded that started the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it turns out it's not actually the song of the summer that you thought it was.
You
gonna be,
know,
and you have to redo that piece.
there's that.
It happens sometimes.
And that's in anything you do, whether it's creating a song, writing a book, being in a band, sing, whatever it is you are doing. Just know that sometimes your first version is not going to be your best version,
Absolutely.
but it still is a version. You have a version, y'all, version with a S, not virgin. Words today. But it's what you put out. It's coming from your mind, your heart, your soul. It's coming from you. So it's going to be a great project no matter, because it's coming from you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We got to get people to realize that. And it's like, take what you know and what's downloaded into you and go ahead and just do it. Just put it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you don't know what the end of the story is yet, start, sometimes it's as simple as creating a basic outline. Chapter 1 is going to be introducing my characters. Chapter 2 is going to be introducing the obstacles. Chapter 3 is going to be the characters interacting with the obstacles for the first time. Chapter 4 is going to be the first solution. Chapter 5 is going to be
conflict. Gotta have conflict.
And chapter 6 is the resolution.
Yeah. And that's basically not only just in a book or a movie or whatever, that's in everything. You're going to have a start. You're going to have a feel-good moment. You're going to have conflict, and you're going to have a resolution.
Yeah. And just taking the time to create that outline
Yeah.
is a great first step. Whether you're writing a book or you're painting a picture or creating music or whatever your outlet is.
Yeah.
Figure out how you're going to get from point A to point B
and people,
in your creative process.
That is exactly true. And a lot of people always ask, well, when should I get started? When is the right time to get started?
It's today.
Now is always a good time.
As soon as this episode is over.
During this episode. Take notes during this episode.
But let it play to the end.
Always that. Always that.
And then like and subscribe.
And comment. Did we mention that? Put some comments in there too.
At least 5 words.
We're giving you the background, people. We're giving you what to do.
The algorithm likes that.
We're giving you what to do. But a lot of times people will sit on something because we're waiting to get polished. We're waiting to be professionals. We're waiting to be certified. We're waiting to be whatever. And it's like, I'm going to get on that someday. That is a day that is not in the calendar. It's just not.
No. And we would all like to be Charles Dickens on our first book.
I mean,
But
Alex Haley. Yeah, any of them.
that's more like a fifth book or 10th book or 12th book scenario. And
You
maybe
could be,
it's
you
maybe it's
could
45th
be,
book. I don't know.
you could be the anomaly, also the outlier. You could be that Stephen King instant. Well, yeah,
I'm
because
going to
even
say
J.K. Rowling had 52 rejections or something like
right.
that, and she's the Harry
She's
Potter
the Harry
people. Okay,
Potter lady.
she's
Yeah.
the yeah, and so yeah, your first time, your 10th time, your 40th time may not be the one.
And anytime you have some type of creative work like that,
Yeah.
especially in writing,
Mm-hmm.
it could be that what you have created is the perfect story,
Mm.
and you just need a really good editor to help you with it.
And
Getting
that's the
other
thing.
people involved in that creative
Yes.
process.
And a lot of times, I know a few things I ran into before was not just with writing that book, but just with in general on putting out my encouragement and inspiration and feel good messaging and stuff. I ran into the mindset of, but I don't want to spend money on this, but and it was like, hold on to it. But it's like you have to spend a little bit. And it's really not spending, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in your skills. You're investing in your future. You're investing in creating a work. And you don't know it all, contrary to what we like to think sometimes.
She does.
No, I do not know it all. Not even close. But you have to invest in, whether that's in research, whether it's in your marketing, whatever it is, you have to invest so you can grow.
Absolutely. Okay, so we can't talk about creating without talking about the journey of this show.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so go back on YouTube or
Yes.
go back on Facebook and look at the first episode of
Yes.
Colbert Connection. And it's basically her with a phone like, hey guys,
Yeah.
here we are today.
Man.
And it's like 15 seconds long. And
it just shows you growth.
yeah.
And
We've come a long way.
we've come a long way. That used to be a slogan for it was a cigarette brand. Now that I think about it, you've
I'm
come
not
a
old
long
enough to
way,
remember
baby.
that.
You probably are not. I'm a little bit older than he is. But yes, it was you've come a long way, baby. I think it was like Marlboro or something. No, that's the Marlboro. Me. We are not promoting cigarettes. Let me move on past that
Cigarettes are
example.
nasty.
Yes, let me move past that example. Don't nobody come for us in the comments. Or come for us. We would love to have that discussion too. Yes, yes. But what we're saying is your first attempts at things will be a little rocky, will be a little janky looking.
But through the creative process,
As you grow,
it does get a lot better.
it does. And you have fun with it.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been doing this for several years now.
Yes.
And I feel like when I look at what the product looks like today versus that first one, I mean, camera technology is a lot different than it was.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
The quality of the video has dramatically increased from back in the day. I mean,
Yes.
it kind of looked like we were filming in the 60s.
I mean,
at the
I
first
still
one.
looked good, but Oh, was that Van? Let me back that up. I meant I appeared to look good on screen.
And I wasn't on screen because I have a face for radio.
And he says that. And don't let anything of that sort stop you from putting your content out there.
That's right, because here I am.
Because here he is. He was threatened within, a little bit of his life, but here he is.
Yeah.
It's just like find your niche. And they always say find your niche. Your niche, however you pronounce that word, and whoever came up with that word, find what you like to do. Find what you like to do.
Yeah.
Because that's where your expertise or your professionalism or your certification or your whatever you feel that you need, that's where it's going to come from.
Absolutely.
What do you like to do? What are you good at? What can you wake up and just do without even getting any money for it?
For me, that's serve the community.
Serve the community. Yes, serving. I think really it's ingrained in it. It's innate. It's part of our being to serve. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You have to like learn to not do and learn to hate and be mean and all those kind of things. You have to learn that.
For me, before I spent time
Yeah.
serving, I found that I was alone and depressed and,
Mm.
not at the best mental health
Okay.
state. And
Okay.
the more that I got out there and the more that I gave back to the community, the
Mm.
more positive impact
Yeah.
it had on me.
That's
All of a sudden, there's people around and engaging and interacting. And, I felt like I had so many doors open
yeah.
by going out and helping others.
And I think people need to realize that is when you are serving other people or giving of yourself to someone else, and whether it's your time, your money, your talent, whatever it is you have to serve other people with, you take your focus off of whatever problems you're having, whatever, depression, whatever it may be, whatever you're struggling through. When you serve someone else or help out somebody else, you don't think about that. You are lifted. You have like this, what is
Yeah.
that, a dopamine release or whatever that's called? Yeah. And you
Yeah.
have a feel good about you.
Yeah.
And that's what we
Absolutely.
need to be striving for. So don't feel bad if you don't have money to give. You can give of your time. You can give of your talent. You may be able to connect somebody in some kind of way with something. There's all kinds of ways to give.
And let's say you're not a novice in your creative process.
Okay. Okay.
Being able to work with other people, teaching them
Man.
how to write, how to paint,
Yes.
how to create music, or how to, take their ideas and
Yeah.
turn them into a published work. Very rewarding.
Very rewarding. And a lot of times, don't go into it seeking compensation, seeking payments, seeking pats on the back, seeking
Yeah.
all that kind of things, because then you're just negating what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. So you might as well not do it.
Helping others.
It is.
And doing something you love.
Yeah. Because you can help somebody else be or find their creativity just by you serving and giving of yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's what we want you to do, people. We want you to find your creativity and not sit on it.
Yeah. So in the comments, I would love to hear
Yes.
how you are being creative right
Yeah.
now. What projects are you working on?
Yeah. What's on your heart? What's your dream? What's your goal? What do you just want to do?
Especially if you're a potential author.
That
If
part.
you've got ideas for a story, tell us about
Yeah.
it.
Reach out.
We'd love to help you create that and take it to the next level.
Yes.
Turn that idea into a written work, or turn that written work into
Yeah.
a published work.
I think a lot of times we are hesitant to move in the direction of doing, because not only are we in our heads and, creating this whole negative campaign in our heads of why we shouldn't or can't do something, and it keeps us from exploring the ways that we can make things happen.
Yeah.
Your serving may be like I did for 14 years and be on your city council or something. You don't have to do that. But yes, it can be rewarding. It can be rewarding.
If you're a person that's looking for an opportunity to serve, just let us know in the
Let
comments.
us know what it is you would like to do.
I'm on a lot of boards.
Yes, I'm
And
on a
she's
lot of boards.
boards.
I'm a former city council member, a former mayor, just a form. You know what? I'm a bunch of former things.
You're a bunch of current things too, though.
I'm a
But
former.
if you're looking for an opportunity to serve, we got you.
We got you. All you got to do is pop it in the comments, and we can assist you in probably a multiple arena.
Yeah. All
So-
of a sudden, you've been voluntold into 27 things.
I'm just saying.
Congratulations.
You are so
We'd love to have you,
welcome.
though.
You're so welcome. I know. But yes, remember to like,
Share
comment,
and subscribe.
all of those things.
And tick the little notification bell.
I mean, do that. Just first of all, because the ding. It's
Right.
just the ding. Yeah, do that. And join us next time, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock CST time, and figure out whatever time that is on your end, because I'm not trying to figure all that out. But we'll see you next time on Colbert Kean Conversations. Let's talk.